Now let's see what we can do with some special processing right here onto these. The first thing I'd like to do is on these bass lines right here, I'd like to add a multiband compressor that's gonna actually control them just right. Now I want the one that I talked to you about time and time again, and it's in this Serum synthesizer 2, this so-called OTT. I'm gonna add that just before this glue compressor right here. Now I do want to make some adjustments to this. Let's see, I want to keep this sound right here all controlled. So let's see what these sound like actually when I add this OTT. Now I like this. Sounds much more controlled. So let's see with and without it. Now you see how much more of those high frequencies we have. I'm just gonna pull that down a tiny bit because it's really over exaggerating them, and it's too much. I really don't need that much. Yep, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's leave that in there. Now that we added that dynamics in there, I'm gonna try to add some distortion to one of these. Now this one seems like it has a lot of distortion already. Let me see. I think this one could have it, but it's already dirty, but I think I just want it to be more aggressive. That's all. Let me try some of this overdrive. Just really simple. Okay, I like that. Let's see how that lies with the rest of it. That's okay, but I think this overdrive just makes the sustain of this synth so much longer, and I don't really want that. I want this sustain to be as long as the notes actually are, so I think I'm gonna quit that. I'm not gonna apply that actually. And what I'd also like to have right here is some tape on this entire track, just to give it that tape emulation to see if it's gonna make my song warmer. I think it sounds too harsh and too brutal as it is right now. So let's see. Yep, this is what I actually like. Not so many highs, like those super highs are gone, but the actual EQ curve applied to this just brings out so much more of the mids, and that has that nice curve. That's something really nice to the bass being overdriven just like this. Yep, it sounds so much fuller to me, so much more pleasant. I really like it. So adding those harmonics, having this linear distortion on there, to me it sounds so much fuller. Actually, night and day. Adding that 7.5 inch per second speed, slowing it down actually cuts off those super highs using that tape. So it really adds a nice difference, at least in my opinion. I really like it. And that's all of this is. It's just subjective to what I want to do and to what I want to achieve with the sound of this song. And what I'm showing you now is the tools that I can use to actually do what I'm hearing. So what I'm recognizing is a problem and what I want to change. And the main thing is actually practicing all of this so that you could actually recognize what is wrong. It's easy to play a song and say, okay, this is not really such a good production. It doesn't really sound so good, pleasant, or well mixed. But if you had to make it better, you would have to recognize what is the problem. And in that fashion, it's the exercise, it's the practice that makes you recognize what's wrong. And all the theory right here just gives you the tools and gives you multiples of versions of how you could fix that one problem. But if you don't know what's wrong, all the tools in the world are not going to help you. So just practice and you're sure to get better.